welcome to Pete and Hannah's Watch List. I'm your host, Pete Mitchell. I'm here with my great co-host, Hannah.
Hello, people.
Hannah, we're here today for movie news. But before we begin, let us tell the viewers and the listeners what they should do.
Pretty please, leave a like and subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe.
Leave a comment down below your feedback on the show. Thoughts, questions, comments, queries, all that jazz are welcomed.
Comment below. Hit the notification button and you'll get great content like this one, including What's Next, the show where we help you figure out what to watch next. And we reviewed a little movie I like to call Now You See Me 3.
No, you don't.
Now You 3 Me.
Okay.
And Running Man.
Yep.
And then we did number 1 on our AFI Top 100 10-year visited, and it is Citizen Kane. Today is movie news where we'll be doing an extended preview of Wicked for Good. Tomorrow will be Movie Championship belt holder, and it's movie year 1969. Nice. Let us get on to today's show, and let's start with my favourite segment, Hannah and Movie News.
Welcome back to Movie News. This week, the wizard will see you now. Our favourite witches are back in Wicked for good. Elphaba, escaping the wizard's clutches, is fighting a rebellion to expose the wizard's lie. And will Galinda be friend or foe? Well, you have to find out this week in cinemas. That is what we're going to be watching. Leave a comment down below what you'll be seeing. Until next week, bye.
Hannah, great preview from you there with Wicked for Good, which is now in cinemas everywhere. Hannah, first thoughts. What are your first thoughts of the movie? We've seen it a couple of times already. What's your first thoughts?
I loved it. Yeah. Wow. We don't... it's like initial reactions like trying to wash over you and you're trying to get it all into one thing. I really do love it. I've always been a fan of the second act of the actual musical itself. I enjoy the songs immensely more. I love, thank goodness, I love As Long As You're Mine. No Good Deed is one of my favorites. And of course, I love For Good.
Yep.
So I love hearing these versions in this movie, and I really did love the film.
What did you think of the new songs, No Place Like Home and The Girl in the Bubble?
Wow. No Place Like Home, I actually really enjoyed. Mm-hmm. I think I just love Elphaba's songs. I've leaned towards them. I think it's a great song. It's a really interesting part they put it in. It's very early on in the movie, and it just adds another layer to Elphaba's character. And Girl in the Bubble is Galinda's song, and it is a delightful song. And I think it's actually really good. I think they both work in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd worked in the original musical. I think they work really well in the movie because the movie gives you enough context. It's added a little bit story to make you go, oh, these songs fit.
Yep.
And they add to these characters and their story, and it's actually really refreshing. You know, we're not just getting a one-to-one. Like, part 1 was a one-to-one recreation of Act 1, whereas part 2 is definitely an evolution.
Yeah, there was like little bits of
There's, of
Mayo.
course, the same bits, or like the same story beats, but we've added some, new scenes and depth to these characters, and seeing their acting. I mean, we're literally seeing them on screen, and you really get to into their emotions. Yeah, it's just impactful.
So same director as the first movie, John Nam-Chu. All the same cast. There's no new additions.
Well, there's no additions.
In the cast?
Yeah, there's one little new addition.
What new addition?
The little lion.
He was in there, like we just get his voice. But yeah that's a slight new addition. I'll say there's been a lot of criticism of this movie. What are your thoughts when it comes to that?
I generally think if you are a fan of the first movie, a fan of Wicked, a fan of Wizard of Oz, criticism be damned. Like, just go see it. Enjoy yourselves. People are going to be like, oh, I don't know about this because I don't know what their expectations were. I don't know if they ever saw the original musical. Musicals on stage have always had an Act 2 problem. They've always have from the beginning of time. However, I feel like this is a really true movie. I know a lot of criticism comes with it's dark. Yeah, it is.
Well, that was my next question for you, because in the first movie there was a lot of criticism, including from myself. There was some said you couldn't see actors because the sun was just, it was so bright.
But also the tone of the movie is quite light and airy.
I always thought Wicked Part 1 was sugary sweet, and it's because you're introducing characters. And then number 2, well, let's be honest.
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, because part 2 is...
Let's be honest.
Whoa.
A house gets dropped on somebody. Now,
yeah, I mean, that happened in Wizard of Oz.
Exactly, and they show it in this movie. And if a house is getting dropped on somebody, the tone is going to be... it's a tonal shift. It's going to be darker. You also see how the Tin Man becomes a Tin Man, how the Scarecrow becomes a Scarecrow. Those things are scary. Like, it is a darker tone, and it needed to show that... no pretty colours here, but there was lots of the sets were fantastic. The Wizard's palace is just off the chain. You get those pinks now because Glinda's living there. The Glinda for good. Costumes, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, Paul Tazwell did hit it out of the park.
Yeah,
back to back.
The choreography is just mint. It is so good. The renditions of the songs, I will not hear a bad word said. We'll get into that. You can see the arcs of all the characters here. And, you know, one of the criticisms of the first movie was it was a shot-for-shot remake and you didn't see the real arc of the characters. But in this second one, you can really see what Glinda's gone through to get to where she is, where Alphaba's gone. Like, you're seeing her try to change the way things, and then she realizes everything I touch, it just turns to crap.
Yeah.
And it's just absolute, like, just really heart-wrenching. I think there's going to be multiple Academy Award nominations. My sleeper out of this movie is The Wizard. Jeff Goldblum's performance. There's one scene that is just absolutely heartbreaking, and he is brilliant in this movie. I think, and I know it's early, and we've only seen it twice, and we're going to see it many more times before we do What's Next on Tuesday, is my early thoughts is it's better than the first.
Yeah. Which is an interesting take. No one would ever...
No. I think I'm out there.
It'll be interesting to see because we're only getting the first reactions. A lot of it's coming from people who saw it the last couple of weeks. So we'll be interested to see the more and more. This weekend, we're going to see a true, tried and true. The audience are going to see it. And I do recommend, if you were a fan, if you're a fan of any of this, you definitely should see this and make your own assumptions. Because don't let people sway you just because, I didn't enjoy it. Don't let it sway you.
Yeah.
Because you might enjoy it more than they did. Because I'm hearing for the first time people didn't like the first one, but like this one. And I'm thinking, who didn't like the first one? So
I just want to say as well, the tone of this movie is probably not for really young kids because there is a huge darker tone here.
It gets really dark probably halfway through this movie. The shift, I mean, it's going up there. It starts off and you're like, oh, that's where we're at. Because they really do give you a scene that makes you go, okay.
Yeah.
We're in for a treat.
We are.
And so it does deal with darker themes. I know a lot of kids may have fallen in love with it during, the last year, having to watch it on Netflix and stuff. I do recommend that if they're pretty young, haven't dealt with like real dark themes and tones, especially when it's like people. When it's animated, you can get away with stuff, but when it's people, it can be quite shocking. It's
confronting.
It's shocking and alarming because it's always been serious themes. Like the original novel it's based off is really dark. Don't let someone under the age of like 13, maybe 15 under, should not be reading that book. If scary. You don't, scary, and also just some really inappropriate dark themes, but it is an interesting read. However, I would never give a child that book. And the musical is a much lighter adaptation of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think this was what they were talking about when they wanted to incorporate themes of the book.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's felt in this second part. And I do think it was needed because I don't want to watch the same thing I've seen. You know, part 2, act 2 is good, but, this is so much better, so much more. Yep. And I think it's up to you, the audience, to decide what you think, because I know there's going to be people who love it, people who don't. I think it's just up to you to decide.
I really do think
it sway me.
I really do think that this is one not for the fans. This is one for people that like really action-packed movies. There's really
a lot of action.
This is so much action. The score is an action score.
If you
don't like musicals, I think you're going to like this movie. I really do.
I will say the first movie is very slow
Yep.
and kind of monotonous, like till you get to the ending. Whereas this movie is like constantly like, nope, this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens.
Well,
they do not cut corners. They're just like this scene to this scene, this scene, because there is so much happening.
Yeah, there is.
We've had like a gap in time, and yeah, I think it's action-packed. It's wow. There is some music that people are gonna love, people are gonna dislike. I'm interested to see how people do react to this movie, and I cannot wait to see the reactions.
Yeah.
Not just from people who got to see it early, most of those were reviewers or friends or, everyone's going to get a chance to see this now, and it's up for you to decide how you feel about it,
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see how many people do prefer this over the original.
So we're going to do a huge review on Tuesday with What's Next.
Yep.
We'll do our usual reasons to, reasons not to, elevator pitch. We'll give our final rating for the movie. But we highly recommend this as a watch. We're going to watch it again.
We're watching it multiple times.
We'll be watching it multiple times. The key is to go in with an open mind, and I think you might like it. It's a really good action movie.
It's different from the first in a good way.
Yeah.
It's a darker toned musical filled with action, and it's you like you said, open mind. Just go in.
Highly emotional. Love it.
Yeah, some people get a little highly emotional watching it.
Some people. Both of us. Okay, let's go to more clickbait headlines. And big headline at the moment is we're talking about the sale of Warner Brothers. It's either going to go to Paramount or it's going to go Comcast. Both of them have got backings from Middle Eastern investors and also private equity groups. So it'll be really interesting to see who ends up top. Do you have a sort of like, do you want it to go to some particular person or
Comcast?
Not
Paramount. I'd never want Paramount.
I'm starting to really think that, like you could get Universal Studios with some great theme parks. So you could get
with Universal Studios in the theme park thing. It's actually really interesting because it on a different coast, so on the Florida coast, their Universal Studio Park actually still owns the rights to Marvel rides and themes.
Yep.
So they actually still have Marvel rides. That's why Disney World can't have any.
Yeah.
And that's why it's all over in California. And so if they do get it, they can just ship those out and just put DC slotted right in.
Another thing is like the great Illumination Studios, which Comcast is an investor in.
Questionable, but continue. they make a lot of money. Besides the point.
Imagine them with the Looney Tunes IP,
Yeah.
Imagine them with the DC IP.
If they brought back, I don't want them touching DC, but if they could bring back Looney Tunes, I will accept them.
Yeah. Well,
they do an all right job with Minions.
Speaking of Comcast and Universal, we continue getting set photos from the Odyssey, and it looks amazing.
I haven't seen anything. I don't want to, actually. You want me to show you? There's a picture here. I see woods and I see people.
I see Matt Damon.
There's
There's one with a horse on the beach. And
I know there's going to be so much hype concerning this.
There's another
Odyssey.
one of Anne Hathaway and Mia Goth.
It's going to be the most interesting watch of next year.
Yep.
Whether people like this or not, because it doesn't have something to lie back on. It's just purely Nolan and his craft.
It's Typical Nolan.
Yeah.
Be interesting. All right, that's it for the clickbait headlines. Let us know in the comments below headlines that you want us to discuss next week on the show. Along with Wicked for Good, we're going to also review Sisu 2, and that will be in cinemas this week as well, and that will be forming a big show on What's Next, the show where we help you figure out what to watch next. On tomorrow's program, we are going to do Movie Championship Belt Holder, movie year 1969, one of Hannah's favourite movies.
Nice.
That is it for today's show.
Yep.
Wicked for Good, spoiler free. We definitely should say you should watch it.
You should watch it. Give it a chance.
We'll catch you tomorrow for Movie Championship. That's my lovely co-host, Hannah. Long live cinema. And until we meet again, it's bye for now.